Hello everybody, welcome to Advanced MS Excel. Let's learn. I'm your Excel instructor. Guys, today we are going to cover charts and dashboards. So why actually this is important for us to get into charts today when we get into the meetings or presentation. So people are not interested in data. They want to see some visualization, which is very much possible in Excel. But before we get into the dashboard making, we have to understand what kind of charts are available in Excel, and which in which situation we have to use the most suitable charts. So guys, today the session is all about where and when to pick up the best chart. Let me go back to my slide where I can show you some most important charts which can help you to understand better. What is line graph? So this is type of chart and situation where to use. If I talk about line graph or line chart, actually this is used to show the change of information over a period of time. So you can see this small example where the earnings for particular days we have mentioned, and it can easily be showcased on this chart. So the that means horizontally axis is usually time scale, for example, minutes, days, months, or years. If I take you to one of my Excel file where I have the data, guys, let me show an example. I have this small data set where I have the product description, quantity sold. So what you have to do, this data you can select and go to insert, and then you can go to recommended charts. So we have the option recommended charts and all charts. You can see which chart actually you want to create. If you want to create this chart but doesn't look good, but over there are only four categories where I feel pie chart can also work out best, because when you have the less categories or below five or six, so then you can use pie chart. But over here we are not going to make pie chart. So this kind of details, you have two options: either you show it in the table format, or maybe you can show in the chart format. So to showcase this stuff, you can select better line chart. So you have to go to recommended charts, or either you go to all charts. So line charts, you have these things available with you, and this is simple line chart. Let me just draw that chart. And you can say, once you have drawn the chart, you have design tab enabled, where you have these kind of formats. So you can select to your requirement which one suits you best. Let me select this, and you notice there are the lines actually. So you can just select all lines, or just select anywhere. You can say all the lines are selected and you can press delete. And guys, you can see these product description, laptop, desktop, mouse, and others. This trend or this trajectory is going towards high, right? And if you want to, guys, this is called horizontal axis, all right? Or maybe you can call it x-axis, and this is called y-axis or vertical axis, or maybe primary axis. If you have data in the I will show you about how to have the secondary axis also, which is to the right, all right? And if you click this, you have data, add data labels. If you put add data labels, everything is available here. Laptop 123 and desktop 145, and this is actually the vertical axis and value they have mentioned. So guys, this is all about a line chart, plain line chart, and you can select the color to your requirement. Very simple. So again, I'm telling you, let me do Control Z. This actually is called horizontal axis. This is called vertical axis, or maybe this is, you can call it x axis, and this is called y axis, all right? And this is line chart. So on this small data set, you can see line chart actually fits better. And if I keep it to the left, if you look at this data where we have the product type, product code, and quantity sold, again you go to recommended chart, maybe insert. Guys, you know that once you click this, your design and format, both the tabs are enabled. So once you click somewhere else, both are gone. So if you select this again and go to insert or recommended chart, so you can select line chart. These two things you can see, because we have two items, product code and quantity sold. So now you see product code, this simple line where we have these things. If you look at this small thing, let me just drag it to the left, or maybe just Control Z once again. Yes. So now you see a product code, and this is actually quantity description. Guys, understand uh, this actually does not look good here because product code is something else. So now what you can do here, you can just remove this. Either you select this part or select this part. Okay. Press Control and select both the columns. And now go to Insert, and you can select here, all line charts and location range. You can just put here, and now location range. Choose where you want the sparkles to be placed. Okay, let me just search. Okay, in that case, what you can do, select these two things and recommended chart, which is actually better. And now if you see that, yeah, it looks better here. Go with that method because again it will ask you all the details. So now you see this chart looks really better. So laptop, desktop, mouse, and you can see quantity sold. This is the range in vertical, and this is again x-axis. This is called y-axis. So now if you click this, you can have add data levels. Everything comes. So it really looks nice. All right. So rather than showing this entire table, you can show this in a graphical representation, which looks really fine. And really, one there is one proverb in English: a picture speaks thousand words, right? So now you see this picture is okay, which can showcase the health of the company. All right, let me jump to my next example. This actually a product where we have January to December, affordable segment, luxury segment, and super luxury segment. This data I got somewhere, and I just put it here. And once we have selected this data, go to Insert, and again you go to Line. If you click Line, again it is asking for this entire things. So choose where you want the sparkles to be placed. So if you select this, let me just check, is it really working? No, the question data is not valid. Okay, no idea about it. But if you select everything and go to recommended charts, and if you go to all charts, go to line, you can see this chart actually looks better. It's all things are represented here. This is actually understood, guys. If you have much data, how actually efficiently you can showcase on the chart. So if you look at this, and if I stretch this chart, and let me just go to view and remove the grid lines. So, or if I just take this down, it really looks nice. You can see these are called legend, affordable segment, and the colors you can easily refer to that. And over here, if you have some kind of data level, it will not look good, guys. Okay, and this is the trend which you can actually see how actually your stuff is going on. It's actually you can see this affordable segment is going on the top, and again you can see it's going equivalent to that super luxury segment. All right. So this orange also is doing very well, and this is actually the data, which is almost same for all the months. All right, if you look at this, 109, 197, 193, and if you come here, August comes here. So if you see, this is the blue, which is affordable segment, of course. This is the least value, and if you see these two value, luxury and super, in August, luxury and super mean the orange and this gray. So orange and gray both are better than this. All right, this affordable segment, because this is 109. So this actually speaks thousand words. And second, let me show another example of line charts where I feel some examples, if I can show you, it can help you better understand. Guys, this is actually the data where we are showcasing some kind of revenue. So how will you showcase this on a line chart? Very simple. Select this chart and go to Insert and go to recommended charts or all charts. You can go to line. So now you see that this actually, you can select either this, or maybe you just see that this is called, guys, you can read line with markers. So once you get line with markers, this actually design tab is enabled. You can select which chart actually looks better to you. So now you see this horizontal axis where we have the quarter and year, and you can see this trend where, let me just put data label. Okay, and let me stress this chart. So you can see the revenue for these quarter one, quarter two, for almost 4 years, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So you can see how actually it is doing well. It is actually doing well, and some fluctuation can be seen. If you see this Q2 19, some fluctuation is there, and if you see this Q4, it is on top, and in actually 19 it did not work as compared to last year. So this kind of insight you can draw from the chart, and this is how you can draw your chart. And Excel has amazing features now, and you can explore more in 2019 Excel and 2016 Excel as much as possible. All right, so now let me go to my another chart, or maybe let me go to my PowerPoint presentation. Now it is clear, guys. You can understand a line chart actually is formed by joining the points given by the data with the straight lines. And horizontal axis is usually a time scale. For example, minutes, hour, days, or you can see that horizontal axis. So over here we have given the weeks, week actually these days. So it can be any period of time. All right. So I hope, guys, this is clear. So now let me go back to my bar chart. Guys, what is bar chart? Bar chart is nothing but horizontal version of column chart. All right. And there are three type of bar chart: vertical bar chart, horizontal bar chart, double bar chart. So now this example I have created for you, the table from January to March. So you can see this table where we have number of visitors. So if you have to showcase this on a bar chart, guys, how you can show? Let's tell you one example. If you have text levels, large text levels, then it's very simple, guys. It will not look good if you have it on horizontal axis. If you have large text levels, then you can better go with this chart. Let me show you one example in Excel bar chart. So this is actually very simple example. Okay, if you write some keyword, assume that this is what, and maybe anything, this is just example I'm going. People who uh, bought the laptops. Okay, so guys, understand such kind of stuff does not look good if you have let me do control D. I just want to tell you why we are actually creating a bar chart here, so that will be easy for you to connect. All right, it can be other people bought the other items. Guys, understand this is actually dummy data set I'm creating for you. And if you just select this, go to your insert, and go to your recommended charts. Now bar chart. All right, as I mentioned, this is horizontal version of column chart. You can see clustered bar chart, and you can see the stack bar chart. Guys, once you select this, this is actually the best chart if you have this kind of data, because if you have large text, then you can create this kind of data. It is really best, as compared to this data. So if you select this, you can go to design again, you select this, and now the most important, you can delete these lines also. So this is super, guys. So this is how you can create your bar chart. And if you want to change the chart type, go and right click, and now you can see which one looks better for your requirement. So you can create and take so many designs are available in Excel. All right, I hope, guys, it is clear. Now you know that how to create bar chart. All right, so now let me go to my column chart. Guys, let me tell you, in Excel we have the shortcut, keyboard shortcut to create column chart: Alt F1. Alt F1, we actually create the column chart. Let me put that Alt F1, column chart. Column chart. Alt F1 we press, it actually gets the, you just select the data and press Alt F1. This is keyboard shortcut. So now if you look at this data, this is the best example, because on such kind of tiny data, or if you have sales for some months or some kind of 18-20 months, then you can make the drop down. In my previous session, guys, I had created a dashboard where you know I had shown you how to make the chart compact, or maybe you can control the legend, or you can control the horizontal axis, all right, because that is subject to the drop down that we had already discussed. But over here, this is the small tiny data, where small data set we have, where we are making this chart. So guys, again, you can delete this line things, and and you can go to design, and you can select your chart whichever you feel good. So this tiny data uh, suggests us that column chart is the best to showcase. Here you can see the you know the length or the height of the bars. So you can see easily July actually has the highest sale, and now you can add the data level also. So this is amazing when you have something to compare for previous months. Then this column chart actually suitable on this data, or on this kind of data you have. So guys, I hope this is also clear. And bar chart is clear. Bar chart means, as I mentioned, when you have the long, large or text labels. When you have the large text labels, then you can use this, you know, chart. And what is bar chart? Horizontal version of column chart. All right. And now column chart also, when you have data you have to showcase, in a month, or maybe it can be month, guys. It can be year also. When somebody can easily compare this data to other data also. Like if you see that this seems kind of a bell curve. It is going high, going down, and then going down, and so on, kind of. Okay, so guys, I hope this is also clear. Let me go to my line chart is clear, guys. And let me go to my combo chart, guys. Combo chart is one of my favorite chart. So combo means you have combination. So let me show you on my PPT what did I write for you guys. Bar chart is clear. And let me show you the combo chart. A combo chart in Excel displays two chart types on the same chart. Actually, if you look at this data, month, rain days, and profit. So two things we have to showcase, and this is the best example where I can tell you what is secondary axis and primary axis. Guys, it is not possible to show this chart thoroughly without secondary axis. So that's why we have to create combo chart if we have to showcase rainy days plus profit. Now if I go to my Excel file, this is actually the data. And over here you can't select alt F1, guys, trust me, it doesn't look good. And if you select also alt F1, then it will be let me select that also, so that it will be easy for you. Alt F1 we have selected. So you can see rainy days and profit. And if you just you know delete these lines, and now change chart type, so all charts you select combo, and now see rainy days clustered column, by default it is selected. And if you go to profit, actually if you see profit is in orange. But if you look at left, this is actually the primary axis, all right, and vertical axis. But if you want to showcase your profit in the line things, then it will come back the rainy days to the left. And you can see this is the secondary axis, which is by default created for this line chart, because this line chart refers to profit, and this is actually the profit. If you select this line and put the data level, you can see $15,180, which is less than 60,000. This is actually, see guys, understand one more thing here. What is the maximum value here? Of course 15,000 something, correct? This is the maximum value. If you look at this, it knows that there's a value which is 15,000 highest. It has by default 16,000. If you go there and format axis, so guys, here you can actually make 15,500 also the maximum range, all right. And minimum range you can define here, maybe 1,000. So you can actually change to your requirement the stuff. So now you see minimum actually 1,000 and maximum 15,000 range we have defined for our secondary access. So this is amazing, guys. And with this example where we have to show rainy days and profits, so you can actually show this way. and let me go to design and see what kind of designs are available. Only we have these things, so you can select whatever suits your requirement. I hope guys this is also clear, and you can change the chart title also. Maybe you can say sales data versus rainy days. Okay, so guys, name could be anything, and these are the legend as I mentioned, and and this is actually this is called our horizontal axis, and this is called primary or vertical axis. This is called secondary axis. All right, guys, secondary axis. This is called secondary axis. So I hope guys, it is clear to you how to create the combo chart and on what kind of data it is suitable. So combo chart is clear, guys. Line chart is already we have covered, and column chart also we have covered. Now bar chart also we have covered, guys. Let me tell you, there is another chart I have. If you go to, okay, guys, let me just show you one more thing. Suppose you have this data, and there is another chart called pie chart. Let me cover that too before I forget. Look at this chart, guys, and I will tell you where we should make pie chart. Okay, guys, understand actually pie chart is also known as circular chart, and it's a way of representing data in a circular graph. Pie slices of pie chart, the actually pie slices of chart show the relative size of data, and this is amazing, which actually you can see this example where each slice has some values. Okay, so guys, let me tell you one more thing. Pie chart works out best to display data with a small number of categories. It can be less than 6 or 7, and data can be split by gender. It can be new and returning visitors on a website, or it can be on simple data set where suppose some students survey or their preference for sports found on one survey where we have six or types of sports. So such kind of data you can showcase on pie chart, but the category should not be more than 6 because it will not look good. So this pie chart is best used to work out the composition of something. So guys, understand, if we have categorical data, so we have to use pie chart. It will really look nice, and each slide represent a different category. So I hope guys this is also clear. Let me show you this example where we have these things. All right, so how to create the pie chart. And one more thing, let me tell you one more important fact about pie chart. It works only one data series. You can see this in blue. A pie chart only works well when you have one set of data. So guys, understand, if you want to make a pie chart on this, let me try that. How does it look like? So guys, this is one example where we have created the pie chart. Okay, and you know that it is giving you the percentage. So, and if you want to give the numbers, guys, if you go to format data labels, you have shown that percentage, or maybe if you want to show in a value, it will come as a value. So you know that by default, before, let me show you again. We did not do anything, guys. All right, let me delete this chart. Understand now how it is calculating the percentage. What is the total? 741. So if you find out the percentage, this divided by 741, and now see control shift percentage. This is actually what we have created. And if you select this data, and now if you go to insert and recommended chart, you go to this pie chart, you can select whatever you have. Okay, so now let me create this pie chart, very simple. And now if you want to show data level, you can show this way. All right, and if you go to format data series, or maybe if you see any color, if you want to showcase, like I don't want blue color, I want some kind of this color, or maybe you can actually select that. All right, suppose this slice we are talking about. Okay, and now if you just go there and see, if you select this, all right, so it is working, guys. So now you can select the chart or the color to your requirement. All right, and this is getting us complete data. And now if you go to our change chart, format data label, if you want percentage, you can, remove this. You can select percentage only. All right. And if you want this to be in a center, you can put that center inside and these are called options, guys. All right. I hope, guys, it is clear to all of you. And there is one more thing. This is called legend. So you can just, format legend. You want in at the left, you want right, you want bottom, you want top or top right. So, you can select your requirement. All right. And one more thing I have to tell you, if you really want to see format data series, angle of first slice, you can actually set that also, or pi explosion, so that you can actually show. Maybe if you want to show only this part, you can actually uh, make the color, white. All right. And you can actually remove that. All right, so guys, this is how you can show the data. If you want to show only for 3 where you have removed this, see, you can see that laptop actually we have removed. All right, so if you want to remove the laptop, that actually also you can remove. So I hope, guys, this kind of explosion, it is clear to all of you. And I hope the session is useful. Pi explosion, this is called pi explosion. So guys, today we have covered all the charts and the situation where you can, make the chart to your requirement. And now the last chart, histogram chart, actually, which is very important, to know why do we need histogram chart. Let me tell you an example. First, we should tell that why it is used. Actually, it is used to depict the distribution of a data set. If I get you some data, so you can read these histograms are great way to show the result of continuous data. So guys, let me tell you something. There are two types of data in statistics, discrete data and continuous data. What is discrete data and what is continuous data, that I will explain in this session. Discrete data is a separate data. Let me tell you an example. Number of students in a class, they are actually, this is called discrete data. If I tell you score received by the students, this is discrete data, because if you look at the score, they are never in decimals. If you look at the students, you just say that 50 students or 55 students, you never say that 55.5 students, right? So you have to have just integer value or whole number, correct? This is called discrete data. If I talk about continuous data, guys, let me tell you an example about height. If you have the height of the people, of course that can be in, centimeter or in decimal also, right? And if you look at the weight actually varies from people to people. So we have to showcase the weight in a specific range. So I hope, guys, and you can see the time. And these are the examples I have given for continuous data. So let me show you an example in the Excel file where I have the data for histogram. Guys, understand, let me tell you how actually it is created, and it is very easy. Let me tell you one thing. If we have these students, scores, these are the marks, obtained by 15 students. In Excel we have function which can create the bins. So guys, understand, if we have to create the bins, how we can create the bins over here. So you can see the data we have available with us, and now we have to create the bins. What is the minimum value? So maybe you can see 38. All right, and you can select 45, okay, 50, and 55. But we have a score up to 78 or 90. All right, and we have like that. So maybe you can have 60, or maybe you have the difference about 48. All right, and then 58, and then 68, and this is called 78, 88, and this is called 98. All right, so this is the bin which we have created. Let me tell you something. In Excel we have a special analytics tool which I show you now. So guys, if you go to data analysis tool is available in Excel. If you don't have, you go to data, or you have to go to file, sorry, and then you have to go to option, you have to go to add-ins and then Excel add-ins. Guys, you can see analytics tool pack. If you go to Excel add-ins, you have this analytics tool pack. You have to select this and do OK. Since I have already available, so I will just select this. Guys, understand. Let me just cancel this. These are the bins. Let me call it bins. I want to create the frequency. Guys, it is not easy to create the frequency, like how many students are there in between the range. This is actually called 48 to 57, and now this is you can see the difference now, and it will be kind of complicated if you extract something manually. So let me tell you in the formula how you can create frequency. So there is a formula called frequency in Excel, which actually select this marks and put the data in the, according to the bin. It actually assign the data, how many students are coming in this specific range. So what is data array? This is data array. All right. And what is the bin array? This is called bins array. You select everything. And now you have to select this data and press F2, Control Shift Enter, guys. So now you see how many students are there, guys. 15 students are there. So if you look at 98, guys, above 88 we have 3 students. So let me put that above 88. Go to conditional formatting, go to home, go to conditional formatting, highlight cells row greater than. So as I mentioned, greater than 88. So guys, greater than 88, I have highlighted 3 students. All right, you can see greater than 88, 3. And if you look at 88, greater than 78. So let me just go to my conditional formatting, greater than 78. All right, greater than 78. So again, you know that greater than 78, we have how many? We have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students, because you can see greater than 78 we have 5, 3 to 5. All right, now you know that 68, greater than 68 or less than 78. So greater than 68, now you go there again, you check once again, between. So greater than 68 and 78. All right. So greater than, yeah, so let me just put that. Guys, it is getting us this data. Let me just remove the conditional formatting and clear rule from entire sheet. So over here, how you can find out? So first you can make one formula, and greater than 68 or less than 78. This greater than equal to 68 and comma, this less than equal to 78. All right. So if you drag this, how many people are coming? Guys, understand, 1, 2, 3, 4 people are coming. So you can see this data is 4. All right. Now you know that this guy and this guy, and you can see this guy, and you can see this guy. So they're all true. All right. True and true. Understand, guys, this is not easy, because 68, there are 4 people. Now you know this frequency function is working really wonders. Guys, this is actually what we have created. Let me copy this and paste this somewhere else. All right, Control Z, sorry, or maybe Control V. This is the value, and let me remove this. And now this is actually what we created through the formula. And let me tell you how that data analysis tool actually works. And now this is actually the marks, and this is actually the bins. All right, let me go to data analysis and histogram. And now if I click OK, you can see this is actually the range. All right, this is my range, and bin range, this is actually my bin range. All right. And now if you just output range, I want my things to be, maybe I want here, or maybe let me select here. I want my output to be park here, and you can select chart output. Guys, click OK. Histogram bin cannot be empty. So bin range, sorry, bin range, you have to select this. And now this is actually our IE4 output. Now click OK. Guys, you know that we have created our histogram chart. This is actually the chart, and you can see, the bins. And this is actually the formula we have created, and this is the bins which we got from data analytics tool pack. So now you see that get 98 we have 3 which is correct, and it's 68 2, 68 2, 38 48 58 1 2 1. Guys, this is very much matching. 1 2 1, 2 4 2 3, 2 4 2 3. Guys, this is superb. And now this actually works really great. Let me just put insert one more column. And now you know that, or I think it's clear to all of you, how to create histogram chart. And again, understand continuous data is represented on a histogram chart. Always remember. And what is continuous data? Which actually I have explained. Weight, height, how much time, because they're in decimals. All right. So I hope guys today's session you like it, and thank you very much for joining. Enjoy your day. Have a good day. Bye bye.